Hi, welcome back to another video from Java for Beginners course from Course Labs. In the previous video, we have seen the basics of inheritance, how one class can actually extend the properties of another class, right? There are multiple types of inheritance that we usually see in Java, such as multi-level, hierarchical, multiple, hybrid, and a couple of others. Now, let me show you how we can take advantage of those types of inheritance. I'm not going to discuss all of them, but let's quickly see one or two. The first one that I'm trying to show you here is the multi-level. So what I'll just do is I'll just cut this here, and now I'll just quickly create another class, which is class space, let's say Apple. This time I'm just using an Apple mobile phone as an example, and this time I'm not going to extend this mobile, rather I'm just extending this Samsung because I want to use most of the features that the Samsung class has got, right? So let's say this, and I'm just quickly pasting this public static void main method, and let's ray this Apple. Perfect. Now I'm just going to cut this as well, and this time I will just paste it here, right? So this is Apple mobile phone properties, calls, SMS, OS. The only thing that I want to access from my class is basically OS. So let's say string OS equals to, oh, in the previous case we didn't display it. That's fine. OS is basically this OS, so it's uppercase. Okay, now in this particular case we're just making it iOS since it's Apple, right? So here it should now display this. So we have all these features that we had seen with Samsung device, but additionally we do have this particular iOS. Let's also say some Siri feature. In iPhones we usually see Siri as a special application. So let's say yes, and I just want to copy this and paste it here, and let's say Siri. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just now going to run this program and let's see the output. Just close this and let's take it up. Alright, if you notice now this time we are just printing Apple mobile phone properties. We can make calls, we can send SMS, and the operating system is iOS, and we can have internet, and we have Siri application as well. Now if you notice, the amount of code that we have written in this Apple's class is just 2 lines. The rest is basically taken from the other classes by just by extending the features of those classes. Now if you clearly observe this particular class is mobile 2, and I have just extended it here, and this particular Samsung class has been extended here by this Apple class. So this is basically what is known as multi-level inheritance, right? So this is how we can use multi-level inheritance in Java. There is another type of inheritance. As I mentioned earlier, we are not going to discuss all the types like hierarchical and hybrid and all that. So the next type of inheritance that I want to discuss is multiple inheritance. So let me show you how it looks like. Let me quickly create a new project. Let's say Java project, and let me name it mobile 3, and let me just close this. I'm just expanding this, and if you notice we have the source folder, and I'm just creating a class which is mobile 3 this time, and perfect. So now we have this particular mobile 3 class here, and let me just quickly write another class which is class Samsung. Oops, Samsung, and this time I'm just going to write another class Apple. Now if you notice, we have 3 different classes. Now assume that this particular class has a method, say void display, and it's going to display something called system.out, out.println I'm from mobile3 class. Now similarly, if you have this particular Samsung method, it says I'm sorry, Samsung class, it says I am from Samsung class. Let's extend the other two classes using Apple. One is Samsung, another one is mobile3. This is possible, but keep in mind that Java doesn't support extending multiple inheritance with classes. We will see why. So I'm just going down and adding public static void main string arguments, and I'm just creating an object of type apple. Obj equals to new apple. So if you notice, obj dot object dot display. If you notice this particular call object dot display, this is supposed to go ahead and call this particular display method from its superclass anywhere. Now if you notice this particular superclass, Samsung has got one display method and mobile3 also has got one display method. So this is an ambiguity for this compiler to decide from which superclass this particular display method has to be called. So this is basically a problem with multiple inheritance in Java, and this is the reason why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java classes, but rather there are some easy ways to fix this problem in Java. We'll discuss more about them in the later videos. I hope you have enjoyed this. Thanks for watching it. See you in the next video.